Ciao and welcome. Last year I made some marinated eggplants, and also I did a second video where I made some marinated zucchini in an agrodolce. Today I'm making something similar but using a different type of recipe and also a bit of a simpler process. And I'm doing some marinated eggplants but also some marinated zucchini. And I will be making two separate batches but also a mixed batch together. And I'll start with the eggplants. In this particular process I do not need the peel from either the eggplant or the zucchini, and I'm finding that using a potato peeler is better because I end up wasting less and I just remove the top layer of the peel just like this. Of course, if you don't have a potato peeler, use a knife, but make sure that you do not scrape an awful lot of the aubergine or the eggplant itself, or indeed the zucchini. So I've done the eggplants. Whilst I'm in peeling mode, I'll do the zucchini, exactly the same. These are a little bit easier, of course. Today I'm using 3 zucchini and 3 eggplants, mostly because that's what I've got in the fridge. But of course you can use more, you can use less, or you can just do with zucchini or just with eggplants. And here is my third zucchini done. Don't forget, of course, to remove the little head from over here, and they're done also. And back to the eggplants. I'm not slicing them in 1.5 centimeter pieces, broadly 1.5 centimeter pieces. Make sure that you do not do them too thin, otherwise you'll end up with nothing. So I've cut them lengthways, and I'm not gonna go this way, and I'll do the same. Again, approximately 1 to 1.5 centimeter pieces. And you'll end up with a very big piece like this, and I'll chop them in half, and it's a bit like chunky chips. This is what you're looking for. And whilst I'm in chopping mode, I'll do exactly the same with my zucchini. So I'll cut them in half in approximately 1 to 1.5 centimeter. I'll turn them the other way, I'll chop them in the middle, and then I'll cut them in half, and I'll end up with something like this, which is not too dissimilar to my eggplants. And I'm ready to start blanching my vegetables. I've got here some distilled malt vinegar, and I will be using a ratio of 2 parts vinegar and 1 part water. This is 5% in alcohol. So here goes my 600 milliliters in a pot. Make sure that you go a large enough pot. And using the same bottle, I've half filled it with water, and I'll do my remaining part. I'm going to add a bay leaf, followed by a level teaspoon of salt. And I'll turn this on, I'll turn it on maximum, and I'll wait until it starts boiling. My mixture of vinegar and water is boiling. I'll give it a good mix to ensure that all of the salt is absorbed. This is a very, very important step, by the way. Make sure that you keep the ratio 2 to 1. 2 vinegars, 1 water, and I'm going to add now all of my eggplants first. There we go, and I'll wait until it starts boiling again. You will find that as soon as you put your eggplants in contact with a very hot mixture, they'll start shrinking immediately. So do not panic if at face value you think you do not have enough water and vinegar. Just press them with a spoon and you will see that you'll be fine. And there you go, look, if you look, it's beginning to boil. So from this moment on, 90 seconds. Make sure you got your watch on and just count 90 seconds, no more than that. Do ensure that you do not leave them on for more than 90 seconds, as you do want them to be al dente. Mine is an induction hob, so the moment I turn the heat off, there is no more heat going to the pan. But if you have a normal conventional one, make sure that you remove the pan from the heat. So here I've got a saucepan and a pasta drainer, and I'm going to use this is called ragno in Italian, spider. I'm not sure what it's actually called in English. Maybe it's a slaughtered big spoon. I'm going to keep this. This is the bay leaf, as I will need for the zucchini. And I'm going to move them here. The pot underneath is empty, by the way. This is just to collect the excess liquid. So just very simply move it over here. In the meantime, I'll turn the heat back on, and I'll wait for this to reach the boil once again, so I can put my zucchini in. The leaf goes back in, and I'll do exactly the same, but this time I'm going to blanch them only for 60 seconds, a little bit less than the eggplant, as they've got a higher water content, and also they're less dense. So as soon as it starts boiling, 60 seconds. Whereas over here I've got a little plate, I'll put it over here like this so that applies some pressure. And I've got my homemade weight, so I've got a bottle of water, I'll place it on top and I'll move this out of the way so that they start releasing the excess liquid. And my zucchini batch number 2 is also ready. They are nice and al dente, they've got a nice little bite, and I'll turn this off, but also they will be adequately blanched, and I'll do exactly the same. I'm going to use my spider and I'll move them over here. This is empty, and I'll do exactly the same I did with my eggplants. I'll move them across. I do not have another bottle, so I have to improvise. Here I've got my plate, and I'll do exactly the same, but I'm using, this is my sugar jar, so it's very actually heavy, it's full of sugar, so in it goes, and I will leave both the eggplant and the zucchini to drain for about 1 hour, and in the meantime I'll make some of the condiment that will go inside it. By the way, in case you're wondering what to do with the vinegar and the water mixture, Julie uses in the garden as a form of pesticide. So she has asked me to pour it back in the bottle, and then she will find a use. So I did wait until they cooled down slightly, and I'm now pouring it in. So if you've got a garden, you can use this as a form to keep the slugs away, I suspect. And that's done. Find the lid, and we don't waste anything, do we? In Sicily, for recipes like this, we tend to use garlic, chili peppers and oregano. They are the standard national approved ingredients to go alongside marinated eggplants and zucchini. But of course you use whatever you like, and if you do not particularly like garlic, you just don't use it. You don't have to use anything, you could just marinate them straight in olive oil if you want. Often when I cook, I say this chili pepper is medium or is hot or whatever, and in one of the comments somebody said, how do you know that? Well, this is how. In the UK, when we buy chili peppers, they tend to come in a bag like this, and at the back we have a little heat map, and in this particular case today I'm using something which is medium heat. Of course, depending on your tolerance, you can use something really hot, or if this is too hot, you can use something really mild, but this is perfect. So I'm going to use, these are big ones by the way, but the same applies for little ones. I'm going to use, they're quite good size, I'm going to use just the ones enough. I'm going to remove the little head as I do not need it. If you've got a braid knife or a steak knife, ideal for jobs like this, you can see how easy it is. Just very gently go over and slice it. I'm doing them in about a couple of millimeter circles. I'm shaking some of the seeds as Mrs. Tortellino has asked me to keep them as she wants to grow them herself. So I'll move this out of the way and I'll keep these. And I've used the same criteria for the garlic, but I've sliced this thin, about 1 millimeter. Now this is another very important step, and you need to be careful with botulism. So I am going to show you how you can do this really safely, and then you can sleep easy at night. So I'm applying a generous amount of olive oil at the bottom of a little frying pan. I do not mind how much I add, because this will all go inside the jars later. And I'm turning the hob on again, but this time I'll make sure that I keep it on a medium temperature. And I'm moving my chili pepper alongside my sliced garlic. So if you're using anything which has got moisture, make sure that you do this, because the idea is that by gently frying it, I am removing the moisture from both the chili pepper and from the garlic, which is the key issues with botulism. And like this also, because you're keeping it on a medium temperature or medium low temperature, you're also ensuring that you do not burn it. This will take about a couple of minutes. And this is the main reason why I've decided to slice the chili pepper and the garlic. They're little pieces, they will cook quicker, but also I will ensure that all of the moisture is extracted. If, for example, I was to leave the garlic in large cloves, you can imagine that it will not be cooking in the middle, and it also potentially could burn on the outside. Whereas like this, also I get a lot of the flavor being released in the oil, which is perfect, because it will make my marinade considerably better. So a couple of minutes, as I said, and I'll turn this off now, and I'll wait until my other ingredients are ready. And there it is, look, you can see that it's perfect. It will continue now gently cooking off the heat, and that's wonderful. a good hour has passed, so I'll deal with the eggplants first. So I'm going to apply a clean cloth on top of my worktop, just like this. Ensure that this is nice and clean, of course. Before I continue, I'm going to show you the amount of water which has been released by the eggplant. See, quite a lot there. So if I now lift my little plate, oh, there you go. Here they are. This can go out of the way, and I'll just pour them up here. I'm going to now rearrange them so that they are distributed evenly across my clean cloth. You can see why it is important that you do not cook them for very long, because they are nice and steady, but obviously they are blanched. So I'll fold this in half like this, and I'll do the same over here like this, and I'll make sure that they're properly dry. And I'll do exactly the same with my zucchini. So one thing that I realized earlier, by the way, I was about to make a schoolboy error. The dish that I placed on the zucchini, bear in mind that this is a little bit narrower. I tend it the other way around, otherwise there would have been no pressure, so that is very good. Now let's have a look over here to see how much water. See, quite a lot there also, so perfect. Let's just push it down, and I'll do exactly the same. Clean cloth, and I'll pour them in top, and I'll spread them evenly. I'll fold this in half, just like I did with the eggplants, and I'll tap it down. And I'm getting very close now. I'll deal with the eggplants first. So first of all, let's remove them from my cloth. This has done the job, and I'll move them inside a glass bowl, just like this. Zucchini's turn. There we go. Job done. And they can go inside another glass bowl. There we go. Here I've got my garlic and my chili pepper, and I'll split it into half. So I'll put some in here, and the remaining can go with my zucchini over here. And I like to do this in two stages. So I'm going to apply some olive oil here first, and I'll do the same here, and I'll mix it together so that they will start getting to marinate with all of the ingredients. So that is my eggplants first, and also this will ensure that the oregano and the chili pepper and the garlic is adequately distributed. So eggplants and zucchini, I'll do exactly the same. I've got some marmalade jars over here. I've got actually more than what I need. There's some over there, but I think 3 will be plenty. Ensure that they are very, very clean. I actually placed mine inside the microwave for a couple of minutes so that any bacteria is killed. With the lids, obviously you cannot put them in the microwave, so I give them a thorough wash and dry them. And I'll, as I said at the beginning, I'll do a mixed one, and one with aubergines or eggplants, and one with zucchini. So I'll start with the eggplants, and bearing in mind that I have mixed them together, I don't really need to worry. And I really love doing things like this with my hands. Ensure that obviously you pick the garlic and the chili pepper. And as you do this, by the way, push it. Push as much as you can without obviously breaking the eggplants, because the more you push it, the less oil you're gonna be needing later. And obviously what you want here is to ensure that they're covered in oil, but also you don't want to use too much oil, because it's very expensive, olive oil. Although arguably it doesn't really matter too much, because we tend to use the oil that is left from the jars to dress our salads, because obviously it's rich in flavour. So I've done one with my eggplant, and I'm going to do this one with my zucchini, exactly the same. So there we go. I think my eggplants could do with a little chili pepper on top also, and I'm nearly done over here. Just a few more pieces of zucchini. Press it down, and some more on the top, and some chili pepper also. And I'm now working on the third one, which is a mixed jar with zucchini and eggplant. And this actually is a very interesting one, because they have different flavors, and they have got a slightly different bite and texture. But because I cooked the zucchini slightly less time than the eggplant, they will have a similar bite. So I'm going to absolutely cram it in to ensure that I do not need another jar. I think that's pretty much it really, so this we'll have to do later. Right, so the last job left is to fill them with olive oil. So here is my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to apply some on the top and leave it. I'll do it now on all of them, and that's number 2, and here is number 3. I'm now using the handle of my spoon to ensure that I remove any air pockets and the oil filters all the way down. So look here, for example, this is I haven't touched this one, and if I just move it, you can see that the oil is beginning to go all the way down, just like this. So we did say that we want to make sure that everything is absolutely covered in oil, so this is really important. And I'll do the same with my zucchini, of course. Okay, if I show you, you can see that if you take a look, everything is covered in oil. So now that I have removed all of the air pockets, I will top everything up with a little bit more olive oil. 1, here is number 2, and here is number 3 with my eggplants. I'll place the lid on, and I'll tidy up and then I'll give it an hour and I'll test them. During this time, obviously the oil will marinate my eggplant and zucchini properly, and the longer you leave it, of course, the better they will taste. So I'll see you in about an hour. We have a guest with us this weekend. My son's dog called Remy. He's a puppy, he's only 6 months old. And we went to the coast today for a walk. We took him with us. Where is he, by the way? Here. Are you going to show Remy, Julie? Remy?
Where are you, mate?
Come on.
Oh. Hello.
Here he comes.
He's a good boy. Can you sit?
Yes, we went on the beach for a walk. I took Remy with us, of course. And we had sausage and chips, which is something we do at least once a month when we go there. And so this is going to be our lighter idea of a dinner, so that as we had something cooked for lunch, we will have a mixture of clearly my marinated zucchini and eggplant. But earlier I prepared a side dish. This is ricotta, some tomatoes, olives and mozzarella. I sprinkled some oregano, a little salt and olive oil, very simple, and some basil. By the way, these ones here, they will last a very, very long time, but I would advise that despite the fact that some people say that you can keep them in your cupboard, keep them in your fridge. It's safer because clearly you've got garlic and you've got chilli there, and there is no real need why you shouldn't. And I would also say that what you might want to do is to get them out half an hour before you need them, because the olive oil, when it's in the fridge, will go cloudy and sometimes a little bit solid. So if you leave them at room temperature for about half an hour or 15 minutes if summer, you will find that it will soon become just like this, and that they will last forever. So be very careful with things like this. So let's have a go. I'm testing actually the combination of zucchini and eggplant, so that I don't bore you forever. Oh God, so good. Genuinely, the bitterness of the vinegar is the underlining presence. Then clearly you get the garlic, and you get the chili pepper, and of course the marinated eggplant and zucchini give you a beautiful combination of flavors. But I only made them an hour ago, so the longer you leave them, the better. And these are really, really healthy because really nothing is really cooked, and the olive oil which I used earlier is only a small amount. So make them. Here is my ricotta. I think we are about to go and have dinner now. So let me know if you do make them, and it'll be lovely to hear how you get on. So, see you later.
Say bye, Remy. Say bye-bye. Good boy.